Hello friends, I'm Nia, a professional trader with 4 years of experience. I went through this path from scratch myself and achieved great results. My percentage of successful transactions exceeds 87% and my income is more than $100,000 per year. I build my life according to my own rules. I travel the world, help my loved ones and share my experiences with others. I know that many of you are at that level right now. Along the way, I encountered serious difficulties, impulsive decisions, and large drawdowns, which taught me valuable lessons. I can't tell you everything I've encountered in this video, so I'm running my own Telegram channel where I share all my strategies and observations to help you avoid making the same mistakes that I did. In this video, I want to show you the real side of trading, share my experience, and give real practical advice so that you can avoid my mistakes. And here we go. Let's go to the trading platform, set up the time expiration for 15 seconds immediately. The candlestick time frame is for 15 seconds also. And today, let's add currency pairs. I propose to select these 4 currency pairs. Please note that each of them has a 92% of payout, which is awesome. We are going to trade with $80 and today I will show you a very profitable strategy using a combination of the CCI and the fractal indicators. With the fractal indicator, we change the period to 3 and with the CCI indicator, we change the period to 23. At the same time, we adjust the thickness of each line by 2 pixels. And where the mark is for 100, we put red color. So where the mark is for -100, we put green color. It'll make more sense that way. Let's move on to the first currency pair and start trading. You can see the tip of the iceberg and my results. But it took me 4 years to achieve this, if you knew what I went through during this time. So, if you're tired of losing your nerves, energy, and resources and tired of constantly searching for new strategies, let me tell you that I made many mistakes before becoming a professional and turning trading into my main source of income. On my Telegram channel, I have given clear practical explanations of how technical analysis works and how to find entry points. If you don't want to become a professional trader but just want to make a living, you can trade with me under my guidance. Yes, you heard right. I trade with you, you see all my actions and you copy them and you don't have to pay for it. I trade for myself, not for you. I'm just doing it online, so I'm not losing anything. Where else can you find it? If you are interested, follow the link in the description. Let's move on to the first currency pair. We see that the CCI went beyond the level of 100 and came back sharply down. And I open a put option on the continuation of this movement. Alright, $153 are on the balance. Let's deal with mistake number 1, namely impatience and unrealistic expectations. Many novice traders expect to buy a luxury car within a month of starting trading. Of course, this is technically possible, but it requires a deep understanding of the market and the ability to find the best moments to enter a trade. Alternatively, you could use the help of an experienced mentor with a proven winning ratio. But risk management has its pitfalls. I talk about them in detail in my Telegram channel, so if you're really interested in understanding all the tricks, follow the link in the description and join my club and read on. And as a bonus, all my club members get access to free public online sessions. Just yesterday, my subscribers made pretty good sums with me and I conduct 3 such sessions per day. I think you can imagine how cool this format of work is, and so far it's free. I advise you not to waste time. Here we see a very strong upward structure, but the CCI is still falling, and because of the fact that the CCI is in a downward movement, I open a put option. Well, the fractal indicator showed us a high, which indicates that in the near future, the priority is too short. Oh, that's great. Now, let's move on to error number 2, having no plan. Inexperienced traders too often start a session without clear goals. They don't know the goals for their session, how long they will trade, what is the initial investment. They will start with what results they are aiming for or what to do if things go badly. Most importantly, they are not even sure which strategy to use. This indicates how I will analyze the market, making a trade lasting 1 minute and with an interval of 30 seconds. I will consider 2 candles per trade. Therefore, I will analyze exactly 2 candlesticks ahead, not 1 or 2. This is really important. Now, let's move on to the most important part of any strategy, the indicators. They help us analyze and predict asset price movements. Understanding how preparation and settings affect the effectiveness of your strategy is very important. You can stick to a certain strategy for a while, but without the right settings, you won't be able to reach its full potential. Therefore, you need to define goals in order to at least test this strategy. Okay, let's move on. $294 are on the balance sheet. I adjust the amount and move on to the next currency pair. Let's look at the amazing response. Here we can observe that the CCI is returning to the zone above -100. Also, from a minute to a minute, here will be the fractal indicator emphasizing the LOI, which tells us that the structure is reversing. Great! $564 are in the balance. And I move on to the next currency pair. Mistake number 3 is an inconsistent study of theory. If you spend hours reading about trading and absorbing materials from so-called experts, it can ruin your trading game. You can watch tons of videos and read tons of articles, but you still won't be able to really understand how the market works or how to properly analyze price movements. Even worse, it can give you the false impression that you are a professional trader because you spend many hours getting all this information. Let me show you this with a real example. That's why I not only post educational content on my Telegram channel, but also answer questions from participants, and I'm ready to answer any questions. This is very important for beginners. In particular, I saw with my own eyes how my support help them grow through my public trading sessions. Many of my channel subscribers have achieved great success. Some have improved their housing situation, while others have been able to provide education or healthcare for their loved ones. Here are some reviews.
Hi everyone, I'd like to share my experience working with Nia. I believe she is one of the, if not the best trader out there, and she has really helped me a lot. And when I first started, I knew almost nothing about trading binary options. Nia showed me the ropes, how to use strategies and manage risk correctly. Thanks to her signals and with a very good accuracy of about 96%, I was able to increase my deposit in the first session. So if you want to improve your trading skills, I highly recommend you work with Nia. She is a real professional and a mentor.
Though I was taking interest to make some trades for making me sorts of money. That's why I came to know about Ma'am Nia, and I like Madam Nia about way of approaching the students, and I liked her the way she approaches to clients. That's why there are lots of clients trader, but I like Madam Nia the way she approached me, and I think that she is great in communicating with lots of students, and I think that from beginning I can do my best and able to make huge profits. So thank you so much.
How did they do it? They just followed my signals regularly, which essentially made my winning ratio their own. You can also open trades by following my prompts and reflecting my trades. I provide signals every day. Just join the channel using the link in the description or a pinned comment. Therefore, you should never underestimate the importance of consistently mastering the theory underlying trading. Here we see an upward movement according to the CCI indicator, and at the same time the fractal was pointing to the LOI, which means that there is now an upward movement. Because of this, I am waiting for the time expiration and getting our profit. Excellent. I move on to the next currency pair. Mistake number 4 is not dealing with emotions. This mistake is associated with both positive and negative emotions. It is important to maintain the necessary level of detachment. You shouldn't let a few successful trades turn your head, and you should know when to stop. Facing multiple setbacks shouldn't demoralize you either. Whenever I trade, I always decide in advance how many trades I will make this time. For example, if I decide to make no more than 8 trades per day, even if all of them are successful, I stop there. That way, I don't give in to greed and I know when to stop so I don't lose anything. depending on market conditions. I sometimes even reduce the number of transactions I make. What we see here is that the fractal indicator was just lit up for us. Also, here on the CCI, we see a reaction from the minus level. Because of this, I've opened a call option. Oh, that's great. $2,080 are on the balance. And I'm moving on to the next currency pair. Here we see that the fractal indicator firstly emphasized the low and then the high. I've opened a call option on a local correction because of the CCI indicator with the fractal indicator together, but the fractal indicator has shown us a high now, which indicates a downward movement, but the CCI implies a small upward correction in this downward movement. The local correction has been taken away, and that was awesome, my dear friends. I increase the amount and move on to the next currency pair. Here we see a strong, neat increasing movement according to the CCI indicator. At the same time, the last signal from the fractal we had was also long. Because of this, I open with a long and wait for the time expiration. An amazing result is here again, guys. $4,900 are here. Today's result is $4,913. Not bad, is it? But as promised, I end the session today by transferring funds from the platform to my account, feeling calm and relaxed. Now, let's talk about the last mistake. The fifth mistake is risky trading. Some traders completely neglect the basics of risk management and put their entire deposit into one trade. I mean, I do this myself from time to time, but for those who are new to trading or are not very good at technical analysis, such risky behavior can lead to disaster. I've heard many stories from people who are willing to lose their entire deposit before coming to me for advice, and this is a hard lesson to learn. Since things are going so well, I think it's time to say goodbye. Remember, if you want to join my club and grow with me, trading under the guidance of an experienced trader, then I am waiting for you in my Telegram. The link to this is below in the description of the video and in the attached comment. Welcome aboard. See you in the next video. That's all for now. See you soon.